Good morning to you all students. Hi students, how are you? I hope you all are fine. So you all are doing well, I think it's so. Warm greetings to you all students. Students, all of you take your computer textbooks in your hand. So please all of you take your computer textbooks in your hand. Sit in front of the system or take your mobile phones. So please listen what are the things I am teaching, okay? So have you all taken your textbooks? So have you all studying daily portion? Are you revising daily portion, students? So last class what are things I asked you to study? Process management, isn't it? Have you all studied that question? So please study daily portions. Don't ignore this one. So afterwards, at last, you won't get time to study, okay? So welcome to our today's online class, students. So now we are studying about chapter 4. What's the heading of the chapter? Theoretical concepts of operating system. So what are the things you have studied in this chapter? So what are things you have studied in this chapter? So before we are going to study our today's portion, just recall what are the things you have studied already. Okay. So what are the things you have studied in this operating system? So first part you have studied. What do you mean by software? In software, two kinds of software you have studied. Application software and system software. Then you have studied about operating system. What do you mean by operating system? What do you mean by operating system? It is a main platform or intermediary person between the application software and the user. Then types of operating system you have studied. Then main thing is key features of operating system you are studying one by one, isn't it? So what are the key features of operating system? Just recall what are the key features of just think about the diagram. What are the key features are there in operating system? User interface, memory management, process management, security management, file management. So these management schemes we are studying one by one, isn't it? So yesterday I have taught about one important management schemes called what? Process management. First already you have studied two things, two features. What are they? User interface and memory management. So what do you mean by user interface? So user is interacting with the system by using applications. What do you mean in memory management? So where you are storing your things, files and folders or functions or anything, data, where you are storing in memory. So memory management also you have studied. Yesterday you have studied about process management. So what do you mean by process? A unit of work you are calling as a process. What do you mean by unit of work? For example, you are typing a Word file. That is called one process. You are taking printout. That is called another one process. So, many kinds of process are there. You need to manage some process. For process management, you have studied 4 algorithms. What are the algorithms you have studied? 4. Very, very important question. What's the first algorithm? FI, FO. What do you mean by FI, FO? First in, first out. That means first which process will execute at the first, that process leave at the first. Then second thing is SJF. What do you mean by SJF? Shortest job first. What's the meaning of shortest job first? Among the process, which process will have the shortest job, that process will execute at the first. Then next shortest job. Isn't it? Yes. Then what's the third thing? Round robin. What do you mean by round robin? Name itself having a round. So the process will execute based on circular manner. 4 processes will be there means 4 processes will execute. First process will complete like a chain reaction. Then second process, then third, then fourth, then again one. Fourth thing based on priority. What's the thing you are studying based on priority? Which process will have higher priority? That process will execute at the first. Then next priority process. Okay. So this much you have studied at the last class. Today you are going to study about new management called security management. Okay. So what's management you are going to study today? Security management. So what do you mean by security? Whether you will prefer security for you? So each and every person will prefer security. That may be regarding humans or files or data, anything. Whatever thing you are creating, each and everything, you will prefer security. For example, now all the students have mobile phones. So whether you will prefer security for your mobile phone? What do you mean by security? For example, you are storing lot of files. File in the sense photos, audio files, video files, lot of things, word files. So a lot of files you are store in your mobile phones. So your wish is only you can able to, so I can able to store my or I can able to view my data. Other than me, the third person cannot open my mobile phone. Third person cannot able to see my files. That's your wish. For that you are giving some security. What security you will give? By using password. Isn't it? So either you will give password or pattern lock or screen lock, etc. etc. That is security. Okay. So what's the main use of this security management means? For example, particular company or particular company is launching or producing some new softwares or new data or anything. That data cannot taken from that data cannot steal by other persons. That means hackers. What do you mean by hacker? That means unknown persons we are calling as an hacker. So you are familiar with Facebook, I think it's so. So in Facebook, mostly the people will say, don't accept the friend request from unknown persons. Why? So unknown persons means the persons who are not familiar for you. That persons will hack your account. Isn't it? So what do you mean by hack? They will get your information. So without your knowledge, that particular persons will get your informations. Or particular person will steal your information. That persons we are calling as an hackers. Okay. So each and everything, maybe industry or your own data. So anything, so you need to protect from other hackers or third party. Okay. So now we are studying about what? Our files and data in system. So which thing needs to provide security for these files and everything? Okay. So which thing provides security means our operating system. Okay. So this our operating system will give security in 3 levels. To user end. What do you mean by user end means? For example, so you all know about online shopping, isn't it? So you are going to buy one product from online shopping. So you are selecting some product. So from that online shopping, for example, you are selecting some product in Flipkart. From Flipkart, they will send what product you have selected. So from the company, that company is a starting place. So that product reaches to your hand, you are the user end. Or who is getting that product, that we are calling as an user end. So this thing, we need to provide security from starting to user end. For example, you are ordering some things. For example, mobile phones. Okay, for example, you order a mobile phone from Flipkart. So after packing, so based on your delivery address, the things will reach to you. So while during that delivery period, so in between some persons will take that mobile phone. For example, I am telling. So change the address. You are giving some address. Some persons or hacker will change the address so that things will go to that person's address. That is called what? Hacking. So that kind of things is not that kind of things won't happen. So why? Because we are giving security. So why I said this example means who is the user end. If the product reaches to your hand means you are the user end. Okay, where the product originates, that we are calling as an starting point. The product reaches to whom? At the end of the customer, we are calling as an user end. So we will prefer security from the starting to the user end. Okay, so now come to our chapter. So this operating system will give 3 levels of security to the users. Okay, so what are the 3 levels means? File access level, system level and network level. So you are going to study these 3 levels in detail. So first thing is file access level. Okay, so for example I am telling, so you are creating some files in your mobile phones. So your wish is only you can able to open the file. Other person, your wish is other person cannot take your mobile phone and cannot open the particular video file. So that is called as access permission. Okay, so for example you are allowing your friend to view the particular video file. What's the meaning of that one? You are the administrator thing. You are creating one video file in your mobile phone. So you are giving permission to your friend to open that video file. That is access permission. So you are giving permission to your friend to open the video. Okay, so for example, so in net you have, for example, you might have seen that one, I think it's so. So many videos, YouTube videos will be there. So while you are downloading some videos, it will lose permission. This video is encrypted or this video is not able to download. If you need to download this video, you need to ask permission to administrator. Who is administrator? The person who created that video is called administrator. Okay, so best example I'd say, do you know about antiviral software? Antiviral software, do you know? So don't means I'll explain. What do you mean by antiviral software means? If the system is full of virus means the system won't work properly. So we need to buy some antiviral softwares and we need to install in our system. So if you install antiviral software means it will recover all the files. Virus will be cleared. So in antiviral software they will categorize in different manners. Okay, for example that antiviral software if you are buying means they will give the antiviral software in CD. So in CD, one user CD is there, 3 user CD also there. Okay, so what do you mean by one user means? So you are installing that antiviral software in your system. You are the first user. Okay, so first user you have installed the antiviral software. So after that you have installed over. So you are giving that CD to your friend. So your friend also started to install that same software. But while your friend you are installing, it won't ask any permission. Okay, you are the authorized person. While your friend install the same CD, so it will ask permission. You are not able to install this software because they gave permission to only one person for installing. That is called as access permission. Now understand what you mean by access permission. So those who created particular software or anything, their persons will give some permission to access. How many persons need to access? Or who are the persons need to access? That permissions will be granted by whom? Administrator. So our chapter also, so this what are the files you are created in system, this operating system will give some access permission. Okay, so who needs to access the particular file? That is called as file access level. Now we are studying about files. Okay, so next thing is system level security. Okay, so for example, so take your mobile phones. Your mobile phone, what are the files you have? What do you mean by files? Image or a photo file is a photo, that is a file. Audio, that's one file. Video, that's another one file. Document, that is another one file. So last topic we have studied about that files, individual files. You are providing security for each and every file. That means audio file, video file, image, everything. System level means, for example, your phone, if you are opening the phone itself, you will give passwords. That is called system level security. File level security means inside your mobile phone that each and every files you are giving security. which person need to access that one. System level means, so while from the starting, that means from the phone screen itself, that is a system. Computer means computer is a system. From the phone starting screen itself, you are giving passwords. Passwords means either you can give pattern lock or passwords or fingerprint, anything. Isn't it? So that is called a this system level security. So this kind of system level security, so most of the OS or most of the operating system will provide this kind of system level security. Okay. So our systems, computers, laptops, tabs, everything you can give what? Password system. Okay. So what are the popular operating systems you have studied already? Windows, Linux, Unix, Ubuntu, etc. So these are the examples of some operating system. So each and every operating system you can able to give passwords or security. That is called system level security. Understand the difference between file level and system level? Next thing is network level security. Okay, what do you mean by network level security? So what do you mean by network? So collection of computers we are calling as a network. For example, 10 computers are there. So the 10 computers you are connected all together through cables or wireless. That one we are calling as a network. Okay. So you are using mobile phone. So which network you are using? Sometimes BSNL or Airtel or Aircel or Jio, anything. That is called one network. So for thousands of users are using BSNL. So that thousands of users we are calling as a BSNL network users. Understand? So now we are going to give security for networks. So best example I am telling. So you all know about Wi-Fi connections. I think it's so. So in your mobile phones also Wi-Fi connection is there. So you are spending money and for taking Wi-Fi connections. So what you will do? So you will provide or put password for that Wi-Fi. So if you are not giving password for Wi-Fi, if you are not, for example, in your home you are using Wi-Fi connections. So you are not giving password. What will do? Your surrounding person, those who are persons are surrounding to us, that persons can also able to access the net from your Wi-Fi. Isn't it true or not? So if you are not giving password for that Wi-Fi means other persons will also can able to get the information or get the net from Wi-Fi. That is network level. So what you will do? Surely you will give passwords for your Wi-Fi. That is called network security. Okay. So normally all people will prefer this kind of security. Isn't it, Anna? You will also prefer that kind of security. So 3 kinds of security we have studied. What are they? File access level, system level and network level. Understand? So next thing is fault tolerance. Okay. So name itself having fault tolerance. What do you mean by fault? Fault means some kinds of errors or some mistakes or some faults will happen. Next thing is tolerance. What do you mean by tolerance? Tolerate. So particular faults will occur means that you can able to tolerate that faults. Some persons will say no, you can tolerate this, you can able to tolerate from this situations. That much bold you have. What do you mean by tolerate? You can come out of that one or that much bold. Likewise, this operating system also have that fault tolerance ability. Okay. What do you mean by fault tolerance means? For example, you are using some operating system. Maybe Windows XP or Windows 7 or Windows 10 or Ubuntu, anything. So in that operating system, some faults will happen or some errors. So if some faults happen means the operating system, some faults will happen means this operating system has fault tolerance capability so that operating systems will work. Okay. So some kinds of errors are there means that operating system will work like a previous state. For example, some fault will occur in your operating system, OS in the system. That in the sense, if operating system faults means that situation, no need to change your system sender. Okay. So that's the one software, no? So if you need to change the faults occur in the operating system means what you can do? you reinstall the operating system. That's enough. In that time, no need to change your system or laptop or your mobile phones or anything. Okay, some fault occurs means the system will be in same condition only. System, there is a no fault. But softwares you are using in that means some fault will happen. That means small fault occurs in operating system means that operating systems itself predefined fault tolerance capacity. So it will work properly like its previous state. Understand? Yes. Next thing is file management. Okay. So till now we have studied about which management? Security management. Now we are going to study about file management. Okay. This is one of the most important function in the operating system. Okay. So this file management mainly deals with data storage techniques. Okay. So what do you mean by data storage? Storage means mainly you think about memory. So where you will store the data? Memory. Either primary memory or secondary memory. What do you mean by primary memory? In mobile, take the same example for your mobile phones. Primary memory means internal storage. Secondary memory means what? SD card. That is called a secondary memory. So where you will store the files? Either you will store your files in internal storage or in memory card. Okay. So that data storage things only this file management will work. Where it will function? Data storage thing. Okay. So what do you mean by files and what do you mean by folders? So in next chapter you will study thorough about these files and folders. Okay. Now I'll say simple example for these files and folders. So in your mobile phone itself lot of files and folders are there. For example, I am telling, so you are using WhatsApp. So WhatsApp lot of images will come, lot of audios will come and lot of videos will come. So WhatsApp images will store, all the things are storing in where? Gallery. Isn't it? All the things where it will store? In gallery. Okay. So inside the gallery, so the images, what are the images you get from or download from WhatsApp, it will store in separate folder called WhatsApp. Isn't it? So you are downloading some videos from YouTube, that it will store in video folder. You are downloading some folder, the video files means share chat. So that video files will store in share chat folder. You are downloading some photos and video files from Hello app. So it will store in separate folder called Hello app. Understand the difference between files and folders? Files means inside the folders you are storing informations, no? Separate informations we are calling as a file. Understand? So folders means altogether all the files we are storing in one pack, that is called as folders. Okay. So these files and folders are handled by which system? File management system. So these files and folders are managed by one person called FAT. What do you mean by FAT? Means file allocation table. Okay. What do you mean by FAT? File allocation table. So what are the things present inside FAT? Okay. So first once you read, afterwards I'll explain. What are the things present in FAT? So very important. Sometimes they will ask for 2 more questions. Okay. What are things present in FAT? File name, type, size, starting address and access mode. So for this I am telling. So you might have seen in your mobile phones image photo file. You know about photo file. So if you open one photo means, have you seen it? See after the completion of this session, so close your mobile phone and open the gallery and see it. So if you are opening that particular photo means click select the details. And if you see means you can see the detail. That means name. Particular name will give for the photo. .jpg or .jpeg. Okay. So if you're that means file name means particular name will give for that photo, that is called as file name. Or particular name will give for video, that is called file name. So image or photo file will come with file name .jpg or jpeg. Okay, photo file. For example, video file means or audio file means, so if you open and see means that you can see some numbers, like some numbers give, then .wav or AMR. That's a type. Why they are given like this means, so by seeing that file itself, you can able to identify. .jpg means you can able to identify this is the image or photo file. For example, text file means it will give us .doc document or .txt. So by seeing itself, the system can identify, while you are executing, the system can identify this is a text file. So now can you understand about file name and type? So type in the sense which type of the file belongs to. Next thing is size. Okay, size means, for example, you are download some videos from the net. So that video will took 2 GB space. So what's the size of that video? 2 GB. Understand that represents size. What do you mean by size? Understood? So particular file will took how much space in memory or how much size for that particular file. Then starting address. So first chapter itself I said, so each and everything you are storing in memory. So memory, the space allocated for particular file we are calling as an what? Memory space or blocks. So how the files are stored in memory? Based on addresses. Memory address. So this FAT have the information about, for example, you are open one photo file means, so this FAT have the information, so from memory, this is the memory address for this opening file. Understand? Next, access mode. Access mode, already I said, the access mode, who have the permission to access the particular file. So if you give password for that particular file means only you can able to view. So if you are not giving password, everyone can able to see that file means that is called as what? Opening mode. Isn't it? So in WhatsApp group also, some WhatsApp group you can say only admins can send message. You might have seen, isn't it? What's access mode? Only admin can only able to send the message. That is the access mode is given to the administrator. Only you can able to view the files. Understand? So file management. So mainly it will deals with what? Storage techniques. What do you mean by files and folders? File is an individual data present inside the folders. So all these things will handled by whom? All the handled by FAT. What do you mean? File allocation table. That means FAT table contains what are the things? So for example, if you are going to save one video file. So one table, consider one table. So the table heading is file name, type, size, starting address, access mode. So you are saving video file. So I am giving the name of the video as a. Okay. So first heading, under the first heading, what the data will record? A, file name, type, video file, maybe MP3 or MP4. Understand? Then size 2 GB. Then address, memory address 1001. Access mode, not granted. Understand now? So, all these things are handled by altogether, all these files or everything, memory, storage capacity, everything will handled by which person? Operating system. Okay. So, you can able to create any file. Any file you can able to create. Edit. What do you mean by edit? For example, videos are there. Lot of editing softwares are there. You can able to edit the videos or edit bad file. That is edit. Copy. Already you know. What do you mean by copy? You can able to copy the file. Same file you can able to take one copy and paste it another place. That is called copy. So, and each and everything it will allocate separate space in memory. Okay. So, and what are the things you are doing? All the things will store in where? FAT, file allocation table. Okay. So, lot of file management techniques are there. Okay. So, next generation, they have given what's the file management technique means? NTFS. What do you mean by NTFS? Next generation file system. Okay. So, lot of file management systems are there. In your book example, they have given 2. First one is next generation file system, NTFS. Next term is what's the file management system used in Linux? This is one of the important 2-mark question. Okay, now 1-mark question. What's the file management system used in Linux? ext2. Understand now? So next thing is multiprocessing. Okay, so name itself having multi-processing. What do you mean by multi? Multi means many. So many processes are running for a same job. Okay, multi means many. Many processes are running for a or many one or more processes are running for single process or single job. Okay, so here all the process will take place in parallel manner. Okay, so how the process will take place here? So all the process will take place in parallel manner. Okay, so for this multi-processing, so I'll give one example. I'll say one example. Okay, for example, so you are coming, for example, after 10th standard, so you need to get admission for 11th standard, isn't it? So for your task is need to get admission for 11th standard. That's a single task, admission for 11th standard. So for that, for example, I am telling only one place is available for this computer science department. Okay, so what's your task? So you are going to join in a computer science department. Example I am telling. So your task is or your process is the single task. What means? That means I need to join in computer science department. But while you are coming for admission from school side, they are telling only one place is there. Okay, but so a lot of students are applying for that same place. Now understand. Now read the first point. Two or more process for single running process. Okay, so that's consider that example. Single process, that means single admission. Only one seat is there, single job. Two or more process, many students are applying. Understand? So each and every process takes place in parallel is known as parallel processing. That means for that place, all the students are moving for that admission. That is called parallel processing. Understand? So first processing will take place, or second processing will take place. Okay, then so all the execution takes place in parallel. Okay, so another one example I am telling that you will understand more. For example, you are going to build one house. Okay, so what's your task? You are going to build one house. Okay, that's a task. That's one process. So in this building of house, how many processes will have? What are the things? What are the persons will involve for building house? Masonry work, painting work, electrician work, plumbing work, flooring work. Isn't it? Lot of sections are there. But your task is what to build a house. Understand? But building a house is there. Mason will do what the work? Masonry work. Plumber will do plumbing work. Electrician will do electric work. All these persons are doing in a single building a house. Now understand, task is building a single house. In the same house, what are the process? What are the persons are doing? Masonry work is going on. Electrician work is going on. Flooring work is going on. So each and everything are taken in parallel manner. That is called parallel processing. Now understand what do you mean by parallel processing and multi-processing? Multi-processing means for the same task, many processes are running. Okay, so all these processes are running in parallel. So this will increase the power of computing. Understand? So each and everything, mostly I'll say some examples. Okay, so please listen the example and study. Then only you will get understand. Otherwise, simply you read this theory means you can't able to understand. Okay. So next one is time sharing. Okay, so before that last slide we have studied the process are run in parallel manner. So here multiple tasks, the processes are concurrent manner. Okay, concurrent means one another. One first one completed, then another. That is concurrent. Okay, for this I am telling the same example. One admission I said no, same. For example, so for consider engineering college admission. So engineering college admission, so multiple departments are there. As I consider your 11th standard admission. Science group is there, max biology is there, max computer is there, accountancy group is there. That is multiple tasks. But all these tasks are coming under which one? 11th standard only. That is processed concurrently. Understand? So 4 tasks they are given for you. For example, they have given, for example, in computer science admission, they have selected 20 students. For example, I am telling. So, first student, they have given half an hour time for first admission. They have given, first they are calling one student for half an hour, 9 to 9:30. Then, second student needs to come 9:30 to 10. Their admission. The third student, 9:30 to 10 o'clock. So, each task they are giving some fixed time. Understand? This division of time is called what? Time sharing. Understand now what do you mean by time sharing? So, multiple tasks are there. Each task they have given some time. Each task. For example, 4 divisions are there. 4 divisions many students can apply. So, each students for admission they have given separate time for each and every student. Division of that time is called time sharing. Now, understand what do you mean by time sharing? So, one process completed, that means first student they have given time up to 9:30. So if the student comes after 9:30 means they won't accept. Okay, they will call because that 9:30 to 10 o'clock they needs to get admission from second student, isn't it? So at that time they won't call the first student. Understand? The same thing only they have given. So various process is there. If time elapsed, that means time over means the process is completed. Understand the time sharing concept? Yes. So for that, they have in your book, they have given one example. So consider there are 3 processes they have given. What are the processes? P1, P2 and P3. Okay. So they have allotted each and every processes for time. For example, P1 they have given time as 30. P2 they have given time as 40. P3 50. For example, first process completes within 30 minutes. Okay. First process they have given P1 have time up to 30 minutes, but P1 have completed within 20 minutes. So immediately after, which process will execute? P2. So P2 how many minutes? 40. So but P2 could not complete within 40 minutes. So if it not complete within 40 minutes means the process won't wait after 40 minutes. Okay. So that process will stop or paused. Then automatically it will move to that process 15 minutes. Understand? So consider that example and study, then you will get understand. So next thing is distributed operating system. Okay. So already we have studied about operating systems. So distributed operating systems. So listen, distributed operating system. So already I have said this example for you. This our school smart board system, isn't it? So ground floor that server is there. If we on that server means you can able to get the videos files for all the classes. That is called as distributed. Understand? So same thing only. Distributed operating system means you can able to share the files from one machine to another machine. For example, in your home, 4 persons are there. 4 persons have mobile phones with net connections. One file is present in your mobile phone. How you will share your file to your other persons? Either through WhatsApp or Bluetooth. Isn't it? Yes. Likewise, one system that particular file is there means you can able to share the file to other systems. Through what? Distributed operating system. Okay. So, your file is present in your system or your mobile or your computer. Or other users can also able to access. So that only I said that example smart board. So the content, that video files, all the video files are stored in ground floor. But all the classes in our main block will, all the classes in main block can able to access the video files from that server. That is called distributed operating system. Understand? So what are the advantages of this distributed operating system? What are the advantages means? So any location user can able to access the result. For example, net connection. So simply you are typing www.google.com. So in google.com, whatever you might have typed, if net connection is there means you can able to get the particular information. For example, you are typing about computer. So what you will get? Regarding computer, all the contents it will display to you. So you can sit in your home itself, you can download. Or while you are traveling also, you can able to see the content. Or you are moving to some other place also, you can able to access. Likewise, WhatsApp. Any place you are moving, all the places you can able to access. That is called that mobile. See, that is the first advantage. User at one location can make use of all the resources available at another location. You are sitting in your place, but you can able to access all the things from net. Okay, so using second point, many resources you can able to add easily in the network. If net connection is there, means you can able to get all the resources through net. So third point, improves the interaction with customers and clients. So for example, online shopping, you can able to buy the things, and also you can able to the OLX and all, you can able to sell the things, you can able to give comments or anything. So you can interact with customers. Then reduces the load on the host computer. Instead of you are storing all the files in one computer, you can able to share the files to 2 or 3 things or 2 or 3 computers. For example, you are going to give some speech. 4 persons need to give some speech. Okay, so first part you are giving some speech. Second part, second person giving speech. So all the 5 persons that speech, whether you need to memorize? No, 4 persons need to memorize. Separate. So instead of you are giving the speech for all the things, you are splitting into 4. So no need to load all the things on your memory. That is the concept. Reduces the load on host computer. Understand? So next one is prominent operating system. Okay. So what do you mean by prominent operating system? Means that is the most common operating system you are using. What are the common operating system? So what are the common operating system? Already you have studied. Unix, Windows, Linux, iOS and Android. Last 2 things are used for which one? Mobile phones. Okay. So what are the operating systems? Unix, Microsoft Windows, Linux, iOS and Android. Last 2 things you are using in your mobile phones. Okay. So all these operating systems are supported. Now you have studied, no? All these operating systems here support GUI. What do you mean by GUI? Already you have studied graphical user interface. What do you mean by graphical user interface? By clicking the mouse itself, you can able to select the things. You can able to type something. So for that GUI, already before 2 or 3 classes I have shown one form. Isn't it? Or in the form you can able to enter your name, enter your address, everything. So in the form itself you can able to enter. That is called as GUI. With color based, that is GUI comes with what? If you by double click the mouse or select something using buttons, menus, everything, you can able to give in graphics format. That is called as what? GUI. Very important question. What do you mean by GUI? GUI, if you are clicking the mouse, you can able to select through icons, buttons and menus. So all the things, if you are giving all the things, you can able to display it in your screen with graphics format. That is called GUI. Okay. So up to this, today, the chapter is over. 4th chapter is over. Then next class, I'll mark the question answers for this chapter. Okay. So what are the things I got taught today? Memory, that security management, then distributed operating system, OS. So all the time sharing, lot of things I have started. So all the things please study. So here important question means security management is a important question. So after completion of this session, please study this question, write and see. Okay, this is a homework for you. The security management you should study and write. Okay, thank you students. Remaining things continue in the next class. Thank you.